Welcome back, Tate Branch Fan of the Week segment. It's halftime of the final regular season game for the Artesia Bulldogs against the Mayfield Trojans. And our final regular season Fan of the Week, and I say that because we're going to have at least 3 more of these programs. But our final regular season guest is Jimmy Hamilton. Jimmy, thank you so much for doing this with us.
Well, thank you for choosing me, and it's great to be a Bulldog.
Well, that's what I'm told. Yeah. See, I never graduated from here, so I don't know that I can ever say that or not. But Jimmy, you grew up here in Artesia?
I grew up here in Artesia, graduated Artesia High, and went to Eastern New Mexico and graduated there, and got a master's from New Mexico State. So I've been in these parts pretty much all my life.
So you're a Greyhound and an Aggie and a Bulldog.
And a Bulldog, all rolled into one, I tell you.
Well, good. When you were in high school, I take it you played some football, and what did you play for the Bulldogs?
I played middle linebacker for the Bulldogs, and we won state my junior year. We lost to Academy our senior year in the semifinal game. But I already had won. Played on my sophomore year. I played on the varsity team, so we beat St. Pius in the last minute of the game to win that one. So I won 2 while I was playing. Then I coached 1, and I did my student teaching on 1. So I've actually won 4 altogether.
No, that's pretty cool that you were a part of those teams.
Oh, I enjoyed it. Brings back a lot of memories. I can tell my grandkids and my son and just the stories.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who were the head coaches at that time?
Oh, it was Mike Phipps. Coach Harvey was the defensive coordinator, so he's the mainly guy that I dealt with on a daily basis and so forth. So.
Yeah. Now, some of your teammates that you played with, are they still around Artesia? Do you ever get to talk to them?
Well, they're around, but I don't ever see them, like Randy Bristow and Oscar Bejarano. Well, Perry Troublefield, we played together, and Toby Rhodes was Clinton Kirkpatrick, Baron Chandler. I know they're around these parts. I know Clinton's in Oklahoma right now, and Toby's in Oklahoma, but I see them, but I don't ever get a chance to talk to them.
Yeah, well, those are some great teammates. Now you go to college, you get your degree. I'm sure you got married and started a family.
Right. I got. In fact, I married my high school sweetheart. We dated all through high school and got married right out of high school in December of '78. Then graduated in '82 with a Bachelor of Science degree, so where I could teach, and a history minor, and so I could teach and coach. And I taught history, and I could teach PE because I was certified K through 12. I had 3 kids. 2 of them are married and got my oldest son Jimmy Jr. has two kids, 2 boys, and my daughter has 2 girls, so 4 grandkids altogether.
And are they all here in Artesia?
They're all here, which makes it kind of nice. And we go watch Colton and Kaysen play. In fact, they're going to Arizona to play fall ball over there.
Wow. So are you going to go follow them and watch them?
Well, we have this app called Game Changer, so we watch it on there, and it's live all the time. So it's a lot easier and cheaper to do it that way than to follow them to Arizona.
That's right. That's a little bit of travel time and so forth. So what did you do in your career, and have you started a second career now? What did you were a teacher? Did you do anything else after that?
Well, in fact, God called me into the ministry right after I graduated, so I've been teaching or preaching in Carlsbad, New Mexico since 2012. I graduated because 2012 because I think I retired in May of 2012. Mm-hmm. So in July they called me to be their interim pastor, so I became their interim pastor, and in December they asked me to be their pastor, so I became their pastor in December 2012. I've been there ever since, and I also work for hospice, in Abbott Hospice and stuff, and go visit people there.
That's great. What church are you preaching at then?
Garden Street Baptist in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Okay. So have they changed their color scheme to orange and black there?
They have not changed it. They keep trying to tell me to change, that I need to switch to blue. One of these days, I'm going to show up with a half orange and a half blue shirt and preach like that.
There you go.
So,
and one will be the fire, and one will be the ice or whatever. Right. Or you'll turn depending on which way that you want to go.
That's right.
What for you growing up and then going to college? Like when you were in college, people found out you were from Artesia. Was that a topic of discussion? What it was like growing up and playing for Artesia and the Bulldog Bowl and so forth?
A lot of them didn't like Artesia because we won all the time. So if you tell them you're from Artesia, they didn't want to talk to you or listen to you. But I don't think it's that way anymore and stuff. But I had made some good friends in college and stuff, and they overlooked the part that I was from Artesia. So I'm good there.
So who were some of the big rivals that you played against in your high school career and even in your college career?
Carlsbad was one of our biggest, and I think Lovington, Portales, and Tucumcari were in our district, and at that time they weren't a whole lot very, very good. Mm-hmm. But I think our biggest one was Carlsbad, because my sophomore year there was a big fight at the end, because that's when we lost to them 22-15 over there, and they started bowing down to us, because if we would have won that, we would have won 23 straight games, and we would have broke the record. But since they beat us, they started bowing down, and there was a big fight at the end. They finally had to separate us and stuff. And wow. The very next time we got on the bus the next week, we were going to Lovington, and Coach Harvey had a picture of this guy that was bound down from Carlsbad. We didn't care about Lovington. We were ready for Carlsbad when we get to play them again. So.
Well, last year, I think it was last year, may have been last year when we went down to Carlsbad, and they were beating us pretty bad. And all of a sudden, at the end of the game, I heard this whimpering puppy coming over the public address system. So I think there's still a bit of a rivalry there.
I think so. I think you're right there. And people from Carlsbad and Artesia, they get along, but during football season, I think they're separate until it's over with. You know what I mean?
At least until the game's done. And
exactly.
And fortunately they moved that up to the first game of the season, so we can get that out of the way, and then be friends the rest of the football season.
That's true.
So what have you really enjoyed about going to the games? You had kids that went through the schools. You've got grandkids now. What is it that you really enjoy about when you go to the football games?
Well, I just see all the support that the people of Artesia go out and really support the athletes, not only football, soccer, and basketball. You don't find that any other kind of support in any other city except here in Artesia. And I think it's a great atmosphere for my grandkids that are going through the school right now. And when my grandkids, the girls, get old enough, they're going to enjoy the school system. Artesia does it right all the way around.
And you'll be there to watch them, right?
I'll be there. As long as I'm alive, I'll be there watching them. So.
Well, that's great. Do you have a reserve seat, or do you just kind of find a place to sit?
Well, we sit on the visitor side so our sons can go see their dad, because he runs the change during the football game. So we sit on the visitor side. So
okay. Yeah, and you never notice the chain gang until the link falls out or something goes wrong.
Something goes, yeah, exactly. So they get a chance to go see him before the game, and then they go to the victory line, and then they get to come back. Yeah. If we sat on the other side, they couldn't do that. So
that's true. And you're the only people, I think, that cheer for the chain gang. So.
Yeah, exactly. As long as they're doing well, we're doing good.
Well, that's great. Well, we've got a couple gifts for you for doing this. We've got a Tate Branch Fan of the Week mug. Oh, wow. That we're going to present to you, and that's just for you. And I had it here in my pocket somewhere. What did I do with it? I don't know. What happened to it? We're looking around. I've got from Tom at the Adobe Rose. I think I found it. Here it is. I was going to see if I could keep it. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. We've got an Adobe Rose gift card, a $50 gift card. Wow. that we'd like to give to you so you can take your family and
Well,
enjoy
thank
an
you.
evening on Tate Branch.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Jimmy Hamilton, Sr., our Tate Branch Fan of the Week. Thanks for doing this, Jimmy.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. As I said earlier, I think we're doing 3 more of these. So if you've got a nomination, get a hold of Perry or Tate and let them know. And who knows, they may be next week's, well, not next week, but in 2 weeks,
In 2 weeks.
our next Tate Branch Fan of the Week. We'll get you back to the second half in just a moment.
The need to grow past our basic capabilities and experience